What's up, what's happening? It's Joey the One here. Here on Barely Awake and Highly Baked. I almost fumbled it already. This is episode 12, take 950. Today's guests, Sterlin and Logan Knight of the Entitled. Now, Sterlin, he's a first-time guest, so I'm going to have to ask him his starts, what kind of weed are you, yada, 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 the questions I ask. And Logan Knight, he's a returning guest. But this time he's bringing some gold. He is the Ep.12 All-American champion. So we're going to see how he feels about that, how he feels about his trilogy with Stryker. I cannot wait to get in this conversation with him. But I also would like to plug that Vince 31 is going to be coming soon. Vince 31 is a collective of stories told by Vin Levi. He's a person I'm collaborating with. So be on the lookout for Vince 31. I'll be pushing that as soon as we get the channel up and we get some videos up. So yeah, for right now, just enjoy this episode. I can't wait to get into the conversation with them, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Yeah, with 180.
Yeah,
the motherfucker beat me by 40.
I want to know how that motherfucker did that, because I'm just serious. Like, that was
Drake got like 40. How the fuck did Revan get 180?
That's exactly what I was fucking thinking, dude. I swear to
God. I think Revan's posted it on indie sites or something.
He probably did.
You know he is.
Yeah, Revan's
But that's what you should do. Read
do.
DDP's book. It's all about shameless self-promotion.
Yeah.
You gotta promote yourself, because
you should.
I share my stuff every day.
You're not gonna expect these other guys to promote you. They're not going. They gotta promote themselves. They don't want you getting more spotlight and shine than them.
Yeah.
Because they want it. Because there's only so much fucking money out there to feed so many mouths.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why I tell them, we group up, we help each other out. This life stay tight. Fuck everybody else. We're entitled to that shit. And that's what I'm saying. Tag everybody that we talk about, because everyone wants to hear them.
And it's not very much like a clique mentality, I don't even think. It's just like, these are our fucking boys. If you want to be one of the boys, do it. But if you're going to be an asshole, fuck you.
Well, I don't see nothing wrong with just like staying to your...
Everybody should be fucking encouraging everybody.
Oh, for sure.
That's just a simple fact. But if you're going to be an outright asshole, fuck you. Like,
yeah.
That's why I like the Empire locker room and the UWO locker room for the most part. That's why I like the Oklahoma City scene, for sure. Everyone's helping each other out. Like I said, that, Drake's doing a good job and he's establishing something. And I see it as like, I don't know, I see the Oklahoma City wrestling scene as kind of like penny stocks right now. Like, it's just now, right down here, but I mean, it just has nothing but potential to just fucking skyrocket. And Oklahoma City, I mean, I don't know how hip you are on the movie scene around here, but they're starting to make more and more movies. Mm-hmm. They open up that Prairie Star Studios down there downtown. People from California are investing in so much property and businesses and stuff like down there. Like, there's going to be a lot of production value and things like that, and there's going to be a lot more money being poured in this place, and there's going to be more people coming here to practice their crafts with producing movies, shit like that. Like, and I think wrestling and Hollywood is, they go hand in hand. It's theatrics, it's drama, it's it's heels on stars now and shit.
Yeah, I love
like
that.
Like, God, I don't know. I think it's a good opportunity for, if you're going to be in the wrestling scene. Plus, a lot of people who are in the wrestling scene also want to be in a movie. It's an ego thing. Like, again, if you're in wrestling, you want.
That's exactly why I did that extra spot.
You gotta want that attention. I mean, otherwise you're not up there shy. I mean, there's gotta be something wrong with you up here a little bit to like, I crave that, I want that a little bit. The same thing with the movie stars and stuff like that. Like, you have to want to be on stage. You want that.
You have to get over.
That's why I enjoy my gimmick a lot. I don't have to hide that desire. It's a real desire. I do want all the things I talk about. It's real. Some of it's like kayfabe, and it's like it doesn't matter. Like, it's like I'm proud to have this championship. Like legitimately, it means like next to nothing. Like, but to me, it means something. It means a sign of respect from the company. They trust me to represent them. It means a lot to me. So to like set a record for them, it's like I get to represent them and they trust me enough to be in record books with their name tied to it. You know what I mean? It's like we want you to be that guy for us kind of thing. Represent. So it's a sense of accomplishment. And I take a lot of pride in that. It feels really good. And I'm not going to hide that. Why would I?
You're the right person to have it, though. Like, you're a good person to hate. You have the title. Like, it gives a whole storyline as a chase. You know.
And I know a lot of people dog on him, but I'm not going to compare myself to him. I'm not even fucking close. But Adam Cole, everybody hates him. Everybody hates him. They look at him and you're like, smug asshole, I hate you. But then you see him out of wrestling, or you see him in a skit, or like
YouTube.
Doing video games on YouTube, and you're like, this is the coolest fucking guy.
Hell yeah.
And that's the kind of thing I want to get. Like, I do want to get people throwing stuff at me, and I do want to get ran out of arenas, and I want people to hate me. But this is a business. After we're done, and you see me in public, it's gonna be a picture and a handshake, and I'll be like, thank you. I'm gonna be nice because I'm a fucking nice person.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. Like all the kids I torment at Empire, they hate me, and they absolutely hate me, and they yell at me all show long. But then after, we're playing around and running after each other, and they're all good. Like that, they know I'm a good person at the end of the day, and I enjoy that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. There's just certain people that like to keep the kayfabe, but I don't enjoy people thinking I'm actually an asshole when I'm like in my own head, you know. But when I'm in spotlight mode, I'm like, good, you should fucking hate me.
For sure.
But there's a little bit of realism to it. Like Guy was saying, it's like there's stuff we deserve, and there's stuff we're after, and there's stuff we want, and it's like I shouldn't have to hide what I'm after, or what I want, or what I want to be. You know?
What is something that you would say that you are after? Like currently, right now, do you have like a goal in mind that you're like?
I just want to get I want to get better, and I want to get good opponents, and I want to get out of the state, and I want to wrestle like everywhere. Like I want to make my name known. I want to be the spotlight. I want people to know who Logan Knight is. That's my mission.
Do you have a target?
Like a company?
Like somewhere you want to be like, I want to go here more because it has more.
Growing up as a kid, I loved WWE, but once I started branching out and watching other stuff, I started getting I think I mentioned this in the last podcast. I started watching ROH. And that was just an absolute game changer for me because it was wrestling I've never seen before in my life. I thought it was the craziest shit, and it still is pretty good to this day. Like I understand that AEW kind of absorbed them, and they're like rebranding in a way right now. So I don't know if that would necessarily still be what I would say, but if I got to keep the freedom of what I want to do, and I could have friends around me in the locker room, be where I'm loved, AEW seems like that kind of feel. You see someone get signed, like you saw Adam Cole get signed, and then you saw all of his little buddies get signed. You saw Bobby Fish, you saw Kyle O'Reilly, and you're like, oh, this guy got a better contract somewhere else, and he's bringing his buddies, and he's happy.
It seems less scripted as well.
Yeah, and I just see that kind of stuff, and that's the kind of environment I want to be in. Like I do want to do whatever it takes to be known, but at the same time, I want to be where I'm loved, personally. Like I don't like Oklahoma. I don't like Oklahoma. I'm from Michigan. I love Michigan way more. But
I bet
all my loved ones are here. This is where all the people I know are. I wouldn't have it any other way. We could live in Uganda, and I would still follow all the people that I care about. You know.
That's what's up. What about you?
I want to get established in Oklahoma. I want to make
baby
this,
steps.
I want to make this a place where people come to wrestle, where people come to learn more wrestling. I want to, I'm slowly learning everybody and how the culture, because there's a wrestling culture in different places, and there's Oklahoma wrestling culture, and there's culture in Kansas, and there's culture in Texas, and there's Oklahoma City wrestling culture, and you gotta pick and choose and learn the city itself. You got to feel the city and feel the fans and feel what they're hungry for right now, and when the moment strikes right, I would love to move past being a manager and more into the booking, promotional, and ownership type scene. Have my own promotion.
Have your own promotion, like the Vince McMahon. That's fucking cool. What would it be like if you had, Guy's World Order or whatever you want to name your promotion?
Oh, I mean, I don't know, and it wouldn't be I would probably not make myself a character on screen at all. I would be completely off that, just back in the back, make it legit thing. Like I said, it'll be a couple years or whatever, but I just want to, I guess, really just kind of learn how things work, because I know if I tried it right now, I'd get probably ate up. I'd piss off the wrong people at the wrong time, and I don't know. It's I just think it's a good, probably 3-year goal for me.
I like that.
I don't like to gamble a lot, to be honest with you. I don't gamble. Everything's kind of methodic. Everything's kind of planned out. I try to do that with our matches and things like that. It may seem like a little willy-nilly, but it's organized chaos, I promise you.
No, that makes sense. I remember, I think it was the fight before Christmas. I can't remember. You came up, you told me before the whole thing was going on. You came up there and explained, you're like, I'm about to come and do this thing, and now that makes sense. There, that you planned it out.
Yeah,
he's got so much ideas.
It's full circle.
He's always bouncing ideas off me.
And it's like I said, I don't expect everything to stick, and not everything's going to be $1 million idea. But I like to do things different. I like to think different. I want to be different. It's the only way to survive. It's the only way to make yourself relevant. It's the only way to make yourself
helpful. I feel like I have a cheat code sometimes because like I can be planning a match with someone and I'll always have him right there. He hears everything I put out there and that other guy puts out there. It's a third brain. The ref's there. It's a fourth brain. It's just like good minds are all coming together and putting together a good match, and that's why I get Brent every time. I love Brent to death. Yeah. Martin gets some of my matches too. I love Martin. Dude's saved my life personally, but Brent is so good, and having so many brains together on a match helps me because people think it's me. People think it's Striker. There's so much more brain behind it.
Yeah. There's a lot of storytelling in the match due to like Guy and stuff like that. So it is an extra bonus to help y'all like.
Well, when me and Striker got Empire Match of the Year, we got voted in Oklahoma as one of the nominations for Match of the Year. And I texted Guy, I was like, "What do you fucking know?" I was like, "Look what we did." It wasn't like that's not me, that's not Striker, that's not both of us. It's like Guy too.
Yeah, teamwork.
Oh, it was definitely a dance with all of us. Me and Striker just call it. We just call it dancing out there, and I see myself as like a bridge between these whoever I'm with and their opponent and the audience. I want to get in their face, during a slow down, like when someone's wearing someone down or there's a lull in the match or whatever. I like to be that guy to give as many interactions as I possibly can with the audience.
He's there to rile them up because when I'm finally ready to pop off, you guys have seen me blow off like a pot of steam sometimes, and that's when I get yelled at. It's because he's doing little things. He's pissing little people off over there. They're getting rallied. They're like, fuck you, Guy. Fuck you, Logan. This is stupid. And then I turn around, one sentence, and everybody's just like, ah.
Yeah, it's just fun. That's one of my favorite parts is trying to. Man, as a fan, when I went to shows, as a kid, or even as a young adult, of like those ECW matches that I went to in like Wichita, the things that you remember the most about, my friend caught the Sandman's can, and for us that was like a huge deal. My buddy caught Sandman's can. Tommy Dreamer handed me a piece of a table, and here we are as these fans.
That's badass.
Fucking geeking out, just like. I was the epitome of ECW, Mark fanboy, wherever you want to fucking call me. I don't care. So to get those interactions, I remember those being some of the greatest moments of my wrestling life. And to be able to, on a small, very small fucking level, to hand a kid my pair of broken sunglasses after I just got decked in the face, or get in someone's face and letting them, throw cake in my face,
every
something like
show,
that, or something.
Cake every time.
The cake.
Warm my new gear. Cake is on it right now. It is in the washer.
No more cake.
This is fourth show in a row, maybe.
Jesus, I don't know.
God bless, man. The people, everybody seems to always have a birthday at an Empire show. And we're going to have to nix that shit. No more birthdays. It's like I celebrated my birthday, beat Kevin's ass, and now everybody's like, okay, we're bringing cake.
Yeah, I don't. No more cake. No more cake. Fuck.
I kind of enjoy seeing it as a fan. I think it's kind of like.
I know, and they love that shit too, and it's great. And if they make a specific chant for you in general, I think it's respectful are cool to, you know, acknowledge that. You know, when they start chanting
For sure.
Vanilla Ice type shit to me and stuff like
Vanilla,
that, like,
vanilla.
you know, of course I want to interact with them. Like, you know, they're taking the time to actually give me shit, and that to me is an honor. You know, as a manager, as being part of the show, like, oh, that's cool. Like,
Yeah,
you want to talk shit to
Austin
me?
Powers for 2
I'm gonna try to
years.
talk shit back to you. You know, I'm going to talk shit to you regardless. But thank you for talking shit to me. That means a lot.
I just want to say I'm sorry for being late. I've been dealing with a sick kid, and long story short, a snake is trying to eat all my baby chickens.
Oh,
And
no.
I have been on the hunt, and then also having a
No.
crying baby on my shoulder. It's been a long day. But anyways, I just want to say I really didn't want to miss this because
Okay.
I'm a fan of you. You already know I'm a
I
fan of you.
appreciate
But
that.
listen, I'm like a super
can
fucking
put that
fan
on.
of you. Like,
Yes.
I
Yes, the
absolutely, I
mastermind.
do. And then like when you come out again, it's like everyone's booing and stuff, and I want to be like I am so
That's why I let
excited,
him go first. It's my entrance way. He goes first, and everybody's like, shit. And they see me, and they're like, double
Dude,
shit.
I fucking love it. Like I told Joey, I was like, man, like he just like makes the matches for me, and it does. It builds this thing up with the crowd, you know. And then you come in, and they're immediately just attack you. But I feel like you just have a great like. I mean, the
Thank you
things you
so
say, and where you come up with on the fly, and you. Yeah, I don't know. I love the whole character, and then the whole, you know. Like the last show I went to, it was you was up there with Stryker, and you know, pretending to hit him with the chair, and it's just like that. It's like it just kind of gives it a more like lightheartedness, but then also you'll turn around and be like, "Fuck all you bitches!" Like, you know, it's like I love, and that's a delicate balance. I mean, that's hard to get people to love to hate you, and I think you do a really good job at that. And I just became a super fan of you.
Well,
for sure.
thank you. I'd like to thank mostly my bipolar diagnosis. That helps a lot.
my multiple personalities.
Mental issues
Helps.
really helps with that disconnect or connect with the crowd. So
Love that,
thank you. I
love that.
appreciate that, and that's what I was trying to tell him right before he came in. I think it's just I want to be that bridge. I want to be that interaction. I want to be that memory of like, you know. I want you to remember every match that my clients are in for one reason. I want you to have a reason to hate these. Like, oh, if they're with this guy, fuck this guy. You know, and that's honestly that's why Levi brought me in. I had kind of taken a step back from wrestling a little bit because in my shoot job, you know, I work in psych field, and during COVID time, so we had a lot of restrictions and things like that. And so for me to be out in crowds and things like that, it just wasn't responsible for my patients and things like that. And so I just kind of stepped back, and then it was Levi over at Empire who hit me up. He's like, hey, what do you think about getting with Warren and the Rebel Hearts?
It was me too. I was begging for months. Me and Guy were talking for months. I was like, please, please, please.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we were going to, and then like I couldn't fully commit, and I don't want to not like be there. You know, or not. Once I get in part of a storyline, like to me, that's like, all right, man, I'm in. Like I have to see this through. You know.
Yeah, it was supposed to just be me and Guy, and then it ended up being me and the Rebel Hearts instead because Levi was wanting to put me with somebody, and so we were gonna kind of do a little bit of a like Undisputed Era type thing where it was like a 3-man group, like 2 people are the tag team, one's the solo guy leader kind of thing, and then we ended up getting Guy actually, so it was like fantastic. I got 3 of my absolute like wanted people.
Yeah.
And then I got Patch, and I was like, oh my god, one of my mentors. Oh my god, like perfect.
They really wanted to go like, let's go big with it. Let's put you all together. Let's make a super, you know, group. Let's make it. Let's build some heat with some people. And he's like, let's. I honestly had Rebel Hearts been performing.
Yeah. We were doing stuff at UWO and a couple of Empire shows before. We did 2 events.
All right, and so I wasn't really familiar with Rebel Hearts yet. So then, after I found out I was going to be put with them, you know, immediately I asked them for links. I do this to all my guys. I ask for links. I go through all their shit, go through all their promos,
Study,
find out their.
I like
Yeah,
that.
no, you have to. I mean,
I
I don't want
that.
to look stupid with my guys. I don't want to look
He's a
stupid when I'm
coach
talking.
too. He'll tell us all the time where we need improvement.
Yeah, and dude, and that's the thing. Like, I'm their fucking agent. I am their right hand man. I am their friend, but I'm very truthful, and I'll tell them, I'm like, that sucked.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think if you do this, and as for wrestlers, You know, like anyone that's in this business, we all have egos. We all think we're the best. And I tell them they're the best. You know, that's on me. But at the same time, I'm like, when you do this, when you do that. So I don't want you to look stupid. Yeah. Anything you do is going to reflect on my other guys. I don't want them to look stupid. Vice versa, you know, it is a fine balance of, I've learned that. I thought before, I go out there, I talk shit, we go back. The real work is managing the personalities and talking to these guys like, dude, wrestling will fuck with your head, like mentally. Like these guys go through so much fucking, they put themselves out there. They're putting their body images out there. They're putting their fucking mental health out there. They're putting like their heart and soul and their passion, you know? And then sometimes they get rejected. Sometimes it doesn't go how they, you know, think about asking out that crush you've had and then fucking get told to go fuck off in front of the whole school. You know, sometimes that happens. Man. And even if that doesn't happen, even if these guys sometimes put on a fucking fantastic match, and I can tell them everything they do right, they're still they're perfectionists. These motherfuckers, they're never happy. They're never happy with themselves, and so they're gonna pick themselves apart, and it's a constant like balancing plates. Yeah. No, dude, you did this right. You did this right. Yeah, but what about this? Dude, it wasn't that. It's not what you think. You're in your head. You're in your fucking head. Yeah. And so I think with my psych background and counseling background, that really does help me out a lot because there's times I've talked these guys off their ledges. I've talked to them just to calm the fuck down. And it really is like a stressful, like the physical shit is just half of it. Yeah. Like, and no one talks about the emotional stress that these guys go through and the emotional torment and the freaking just like, dude. It's any artist, any artist. You put out music, you put out a movie, you put out film, you put out a song, and you're just like, all right, here it is. They're putting out art in front of everybody with another person, and that's I mean, it could go good or it could go bad, you know? And even if it goes good, these fucking psychos.
Well, like in pro wrestling, too, everybody's got that already, like this is like what good is, you know, because you see it like so they're already judging on such a high standard already. That's true. So that is kind of.
And dude, you constantly have to deal with the Simpsons did it syndrome of thinking, am I ripping somebody off? Am I doing something that someone else has already done? Am I trying to do someone else's gimmick? You know, the whole Simpsons did it, Simpsons already did it. You know, I see, and it's just like, all right, man, like. You get in your head then, like, I'm trying to be original, but then I'm trying to be respectful of retro, and I'm going to go blah, and it's just. Again, it's a fine balance, and it's a mind fuck.
It is. I was about to
Wrestling's
say.
a mind fuck.
Yeah, it's a mind fuck, and that's one thing that I kind of when I was, you know, I'm fairly new to wrestling, and just something that I've noticed is, especially since the people we've talked to have mainly been heels, I guess. That kind of blew my mind because I never put myself in the position of them before, and then to talk to mainly heels, it's like. It's kind of mind-blowing, the psychological stress, really. I mean, depending on what type of person you are, what type of personality you have, I mean, I could never get booed and be like, I did it, yes. Like, you know, like, good job, Kristen.
You just gotta, like, put your brain in reverse, because, like, like, all the people that have been on the podcast so far has had face experience. Like, they've been good guys. I've been a good guy. Yeah. I'm still a good guy some places now. Like, I have experience with it. I feel in my wheelhouse as a heel, and it's like, you can, like, I can tell the difference between someone being like, boo, I hate you, just for the sake of, like, being there, being at a wrestling show, and booing me. Yeah. And then I can also tell the difference between a serious, hey, fuck you, buddy, like, that kind of, like, attitude. I can tell the difference between someone really hating me and then, like, just, like, being at a wrestling show kind of thing. And most of the time, I won't even be direct like that. People oftentimes are honestly too bitch-made to say anything. Yeah. So, I mean,
the fans are crossing barriers now and slapping
Chris Rocks. I saw that, the video of the lady getting punched in her face.
I haven't seen that.
There's a video going around from the indies where this heel manager lady, there's not a barricade at the show, first of all, which is just, at least have tables. Like Empire, like, we don't have barricades, but we have tables. Like, no one of that age or body type at Empire, no offense, is going to be crawling over any tables to crab me anytime soon.
Yeah. Hope not.
Yeah.
Hope not.
Unless they've been hitting that DDP.
I kind of hope they do. I want a kid to...
I think children have a better chance of snatching me up before one of the adults.
They just snap and come up.
But God, it's just.
Yeah, but that's
The indie lady, so a heel, like there was no barricade, and a heel manager lady was like, "Come on, bring it," like to a fan, and the fan just walked up and blasted her, like she didn't.
That's wild.
Like,
I seen the headbutt. I saw
That's
that going
another
around.
one.
Yeah,
that was
like a
wild.
week or two prior
Yeah.
to that one. Yeah.
I was like, wow, y'all take that shit. Like you're doing it. You're being a heel.
some
too
fans
well.
are just
like,
dumb.
Yeah,
like some fans should also
But
like.
it just,
You're at a wrestling show, like I know you want to like wash everything away, be a kid, and imagine that this is people really fighting. This is a real story, and that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to tell. But if you can't differentiate in the back of your head that this is a show, this is entertainment that you're paying for,
yeah.
you shouldn't be there. There's no reason for
Yeah,
you.
it's
to be.
not for
If
you.
you're
That's
actually
not
gonna
for
get physically angry, leave. Just leave. It's not for you.
That's another mental health question.
Just like,
I mean, let's be honest. Like,
And
if
you
you
need mental
can't,
health checks at
you
the
don't know
door,
that you're
like,
suspending reality.
Yeah.
Okay, the strippers don't really like you. It's
For real.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
You
that's
know,
all,
come on.
all the above.
That's
Man, hey, for the sake of me not just writing these questions for no reason.
okay, yeah.
this was
God.
freebase.
Straight
All
up
of
my fault.
it.
He was so excited, like, God, she's not there, so I can.
Well, we were just
Yeah.
shooting the shit for like an hour before you got here. We got some content.
Oh, for real? Hell yeah.
now I'm able to get into professional wrestling, but in a different aspect. You know, now I can't win one title, but God, I can win 10 at one time.
Truth.
And it's a lot easier for me to spread that out and have, 5 or 6 guys with 10 titles and one man that hold 10. You know what I'm saying? And so I can stay in the game. My body is in great shape. I don't hurt every day when I wake up. These guys.
That's my job.
Well, I mean, we've touched on the mental aspect. The physicality though, these motherfuckers are fuck that. No, I'm not doing that shit. I do yoga. I don't want to get touched. I don't want to get hit. I work hard to not hurt and to look good and to feel good. These guys, these poor bastards. I swear.
dude.
Every time I text them in the group chat, I go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm like, guys, I don't feel good about myself. And they're like, you are the Hulk. And I'm like, yeah. You're right. Let's get that.
Yeah,
I like
I was
that.
going through your Instagram the other night trying to find pictures, and yeah, the one with just bruised all in your
My
chest.
match with
And
Mitch.
I'm just like, God bless. I know.
So many people are linking that in my posts. I plan on making a DVD and selling it for merch. I'm gonna do 10 matches and put it on a DVD and sell it. And I know DVDs are a little outdated, but people like physical ownership of stuff. I'm gonna take those 10 matches off of my YouTube and private list them for a limited amount of time. And I'm just gonna sell the DVD. And I guess that Mitch match is gonna go on it because
Yeah.
that match with Mitch, I felt good about it. It was my only hardcore match I think I've had. I've had no DQs and stuff, but that was specifically grab a weapon and fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like
it
that was
really
that.
big.
Have you
This
watched
was
the Mitch
before-
match before? I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah.
You guys
Mitch is
follow
Morrison.
oh god, I love
Oh.
Mitch. Shout out Mitch Onyx.
Oh my God.
Dude.
Tag that man in this.
Yeah.
Tag that man in this.
Yeah, I'm right.
I love me some Mitch Onyx, man.
That's a guy I would
He's also on my hit list.
Yes,
yes.
please
Okay.
get.
Yes.
invest in him now because that dude is gonna skyrocket.
Oh, for sure.
That dude's got stock.
I got brother Morrison. too.
Every time he shows up,
Yeah.
I call him Stockton because he's got a ton of it. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love me some Brawler Morrison. He's got that old school throwback 80s. And that was
he keeps me in check so much. I
He
love
is
Morrison.
scary as fuck.
He is. Yeah,
He's
no,
scary as
I,
fuck.
he's a teddy bear. I love the man.
and one of the first matches that I actually made me actually start paying attention to Warren Powers at All-Star Pro. I don't know if you remember it.
Kamisama.
And it was him versus Morrison. And, I didn't think he had a fucking chance. I was like, Morrison's.
I showed up in a blizzard to 8 people
Ah.
to do a strictly shoot fighting 12-minute match with Morrison.
That was the COVID years, and I honestly associate Morrison with a lot of those, dude. And I already knew that what Brawler could do.
I
Morrison's-
associate him with me getting better, honestly.
He's a nasty motherfucker.
Yeah.
He truly is. But to see the punishment that he took, but not only took but dealt back.
Yeah.
You have a chance, watch some of those old All-Star Pro
That was my
matches.
gimmick, man. It's real life. I have to deal with real life so damn much. When I fight back, I bark back.
Yeah.
Morrison comes out barking.
Yeah.
I don't do it, but when he
Yeah.
starts barking, I start
Dude,
barking.
my
I got that fight in me. I know I don't show it often. I know I chicken shit a lot in my matches, but I can fight. I always told him when I have beef with people, I've told Drake before. I've told Morrison before. I know I look like a bitch. I kind of sound like a bitch. I'm 240 pounds. I got a good right. Like I know how to fight, man. But
You got that Motor City.
the Motor City. That's what I'm saying. I know how to bring it a little bit. Morrison brought it out of me though. He taught me how to work really good.
Even
with
as
fighting.
an opponent, man, Morrison gets you hype. Like, you start hearing that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. He
He
barks, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking bark. Well, like you're like, that sounds nice.
Crowd loves
That
him.
sounds nice.
Crowd freaking loves him. I love fucking the crowd, and they fucking love him.
That UWO, like me and him had a UWO pre-show match, and it was like, I feel like if we had that match on the card, that would have been a. I curse Drake. Like at the same time, those tapings and the pre-shows are a blessing, and I love them to death because it gives people opportunities. I've had a couple of bangers with nobody to see them. It just sucks.
Hey, I got a question. So, I'm going to ask each one of you this, but like, I'm going to ask you first, Guy. So, what does what does Logan Knight add to Guy Sterling?
He keeps me current. He keeps me in the know. He keeps me like, he's, as far as like tech goes and social media and stuff like that, like he really is like it. He's kind of like the equivalent of Walker Stewart, man. That kid bounced on the scene, and the production value literally bumped up across the board.
Okay.
Like, Walker Stewart is honestly like, I vote him as a rookie of the year type of situation. And I'm not even joking. Kid's got a great voice. He's gonna be huge.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
he's already getting there. He's working. I'm gonna drop a bomb because it's already been announced. But Walker's working with Sir Mo down in Texas here, and I think it's this month or next month. But Sir Mo's like a old WWF WWE guy. And
Kid's smooth. Kid's smart. He's, what is he? He's 12.
12 years old. Yeah, that's
12 years old.
Barley 12. No, he's 19. I think he might have turned 20 recently.
Dude, he's like the Doogie Howser of pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, his young ass, like, he came up, and this Sasquatch
Derek,
freaking
too.
motherfucker, he came up, and I'm like, oh man, how you doing? Blah blah blah, and then he's like, yeah, I'm Walker Stewart, and I'm 19 years old. And I'm like,
that was
Jesus
good. That was
Christ.
Easy.
That's how I felt with Derek too. Like Derek, my tag partner, you think he's as old as me or a little bit older. That kid is also 20, but he's like
Derek.
6'2".
Didn't you say he started at 14 years old?
Yeah, he started training at 14.
Yeah, that's insane.
He's got to jump on everybody. Like everybody's like, oh, all these young guys are around all the same talent level. Derek's got 4 years on all of us.
Yeah,
like
Derek's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
He's gonna be sick.
Shout out Eric James again.
Yeah.
See?
Like, watch him now, like, while you can. Like,
I took
watch
that
guys
idea
like
from
him.
y'all. Now we got.
He's
lists of
traveling
people
a
I gotta
ton. Like
tag.
I would say
anytime
he's
you
the
want to spit wrestling or talk ideas and shit, man, holler at me. I
Yeah.
love to just sit and fucking brainstorm. It's my fucking. I just love to do that shit.
Man,
Hours,
me too.
dude. Yeah, hours of info right there. And that's what's interesting is that I think almost every person that's come on has mentioned Derek.
Yeah.
Like almost, I thought where every single one has. Like
Yeah.
that's interesting. I definitely want to like talk to him and get to know.
I got
him
lucky in
because-
getting that as a training partner and a best friend. He got me on the right track for sure. Like
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to do more tunnel vision matches. I really would.
My
'cause
new gear is so good. I love it. The tunnel vision gear. Somebody needs to book us as a tag team. We've been begging for it. I think we're about to start working up in Tulsa. I won't say where, but we're trying to get bookings there. Hopefully it'll work out. We're just both like he's traveling a ton and I'm doing good singles right now, so it's just like tough. But I mean, we work at UWO together, so I mean, we have each other's backs when we're together. But
Hey, so
very far in between.
what does Guy Sterling add to you?
Like a lot. Like I feel like he doubles me down in a way because I feel like I'm already a bit of a mouthpiece and I can bark at people and I can already get my own heat. And then having Guy just teaches me how to do stuff better and maybe doubles down on it because he's there with me. Because I can piss everybody off all I want, but when I have another person doing it with me, I can go and worry about my match and worry about some good wrestling and some people like stuff people want to be invested in. And then I have him like a fly buzzing around, annoying everybody, and then
Keeping the
and
crowd.
then I can get out of the ring and be like the other horsefly talking shit with him, you know.
I get to help, like, eliminate that lull that's talking about. Like, we get to, when he's got to take a breather or wear a guy down, you know, like, it's hard to talk shit and connect with the crowd. That's one of the hardest things to do is connect with the crowd all
You're
the time.
so good at it.
And I get a chance to like bridge, like I said, like, don't forget me, you know, just like I said, I want to give everyone a chance to interact and take something home with them, and you know, they got a chance to talk shit to me or, you know, hit him or something like that. Like, I love it.
And like I said, he adds like to my, like, he doubles down on my personality traits already, and it's like in matches I have a whole different brain because not everybody's the same, not everybody thinks of wrestling the same, but you can connect with a lot of people. People sometimes just connect and are able to bounce ideas off of each other great. And I feel like me and Guy are in the same wheelhouse of what we want to do most of the time. But then we have surprising ideas for each other. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's beautiful because it's like I not only have to think about myself, I have someone else there to correct me. It's like a filter.
And to work off of.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And that's what's great about grouping up with the Entitled guys, man, is
having 7 dudes filter your matches.
You got... Dude, Justin's a mad scientist on some shit, and then
Justin's so good.
And you got Father Patch, freaking with all his experience,
20
and
years.
Dude, Christian. I mean, dude, these cats are fucking sick. You got Tyson James, fucking. We've had, I mean, and then
the brotherhood and the love too. That's what it brings. I love it.
Dude, it's freaking awesome. And we talk every day, and it's constantly just talking ideas and just bouncing gimmicks and bouncing ideas and creativity and. You know, trying to keep something fresh and trying to keep the people entertained. Like, dude, I feel like Empire and UWO especially, you know, just they're building an audience. You guys, Empire, I was there from day one when it was Empire Championship Wrestling.
When people were standing around in a 20 by 20 room.
Dude, we played in a gymnasium. It was like 4 people in the audience. Damn. And to see where it's gone and to see what, you know, Travis and Kevin and Levi and Drake have all built together, man. Like
this reboot's been beautiful. We've been there since day one. You've been there since very, very day one. I wasn't here for that, but the reboot, I was there since day one. I consider myself an Empire child. Like, I was trained elsewhere and trained by different people. Drake trained me, Badge trained me, Groom trained me. But I can't consider myself an Empire child since day one. Like, that's my home. And I want to do whatever it takes to bring them up with me. I credit them for anything that I've done. They've given me my platform. I can't say enough about them. Like, I may not always agree. We may not always agree on the same stuff, and maybe someone wants to go some other way, but I listen to them at the end of the day, and it usually works out. I mean, I'm here with a championship. It works out for me. I've gotten mostly everything I've wanted, and I feel like it's because I have some good ideas, and they give me some freedom, and it's like I got an opportunity that most people need. A lot of people here need that opportunity. Vega's getting the same opportunity that I got years ago.
I'm so excited to work with Vega.
Yeah, he's on the same track, and it's just like that's what I like about Empire. There's so many people want to talk about the bad and a little bit of good, but that's the point. People love these wrestlers no matter the talent. It's opportunity. People need reps to get better. People need to know what you want to get better, to give you a better product, and that's what we're trying to do. Like every month we try it out. Every month we have different stories going on. We have consistent stories going on. If something didn't work with the stories that we're trying, shake it up. I mean,
Oklahoma's got some sick reps.
I'm not a part of the booking team or anything. It's just like how I see things going. It's just like
Colby and Brent, excellent refs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Oklahoma's got a lot of
talent
in all kinds of aspects, man. I feel like we got some good talent within the manager division. I think we got good talent in men and women and referees and like some creativity. Like I love management at EPW. They've really let, at least as far as I can speak of, is the Entitled and Striker involved. Like they've really let us be ourselves and be creative, and you know they've had to rein us in a couple times, you know, like that, you know, because I can be a little off.
Get a little crazy.
Yeah, man.
Levi always gives us the this is what I want, and then we're like, okay, let's knock this out of the park.
Yeah, he'll give me some boundaries, you know, like but you know, we can push them pretty good and do pretty well, and
opportunity is just the biggest thing about Empire. Like it is a solid product. There is bad, there's some good, but the most important part is the opportunity. I think people need to see it like that. We're seeing new up and coming wrestlers. You're not getting the same thing every month, so it should be like a surprise, a little treat.
It is.
It is every time, dude.
But I do want to say, as far as the consistency of, we did feud with Stryker quite a bit. And I think that we couldn't have asked for a better guy to dance with.
I personally couldn't have learned from a better person.
He was amazing to work with. He really was. He was so cool and just very knowledgeable and never talked down to us. Or he's a huge vet. And I would, if he wanted to talk down to me, I'd let him talk down.
My story with him went for a year.
It was a good story.
Like, it started in June, and it's June right now. I mean, it ended last month, but we juiced it. We juiced it as much as we could, and
and I didn't realize the weight and levity of it. I really didn't realize how revered this man was.
When we started telling the story of...
When we started, and I got to learn that as we went. I saw how the fans reacted. I saw how the respect that he didn't... No, he didn't ever demand respect. He just was given respect. And the nicest... like I said, big ups to Stryker. Amazing to work with him. We won, though.
We won,
baby. We did.
But no, for real, Stryker's amazing.
Did we talk to him next week?
To who?
Are we gonna talk to Stryker or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
I'm sorry. I got
Not
mixed
yet,
up. Okay.
but I do need to write that down. But I do want to mention that you guys just went over 4 questions in a row that every time I had in the chamber of my head, and I was like, dude, are they reading this? I swear to God, you went all the way through that. That was my next thing. I was like, man, tell me about your Stryker trilogy and stuff like that.
It's the thing I'm most proud of myself in wrestling right now, because I feel like everybody thinks highly of themselves. Everybody's got their confidence. I haven't really ever had this confidence that I've shown in my life, but I know for a fact what I did with Stryker made Levi money. It made me money. It was really good. Every match we have those fans invested for the most part, and I think it was the best thing to happen in Oklahoma City in the last year. Not to put myself too over, but I worked my ass off. I'm new. I'm in my 3rd year. I'm green as hell. I worked my damn ass off. No offense to Stryker, little old. He's had a lot of stuff happen to him, but he worked his fucking ass off. And my buddy Derek, he had to work him recently, but it didn't actually happen. But he was nervous because he's like, I don't know, Stryker's old. What can we do? And I was like, Stryker's a fucking gold mine. You can do anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't say enough good things. Out of the character, goddamn, I love you, Robbie.
Did you do a Canadian destroyer or something like that?
I actually do one. Me and Derek, or not Derek, me and Drake, and then me and Mitch have done it. I call it a Detroit Destroyer because of the setup I do for it. And
that's cool.
Did Stryker not do
that? Me and Stryker did not do that. Me and him played a lot of our stuff safe just for the safety aspect. I think the most dangerous thing we did was maybe the Ushigoroshi, the move where I had him on my shoulders and you flip him kind of like the John Cena move onto your knee. That was probably the most dangerous thing we did. And he was still super protected, so it's just we did all this crazy shit, told this insane story about this young-ass kid not wanting to respect someone that is a legend on the local scene. And I still ended up on top no matter what, because I'm fucking entitled to it. So
fucking right, dude.
Dude.
I feel like we told a really good story, and I know he's
that was Stryker doing it. He's passing the torch over and trying to help build, a guy for the future. Someone hey, let's take this villain and these guys seriously.
I know I maybe not have been his number one choice. It might have been one of his trainees, but I was what he was given, and I think, man, maybe if I'm not being too sappy, he might agree that it was good for business.
Heck yeah.
So, if you got to choose somebody of your choosing, who would you have the next trilogy with?
Oh.
Just.
I'm really.
We may have different answers.
Just shooting your shot.
I like that.
No,
you want to answer first?
No, I want you to answer first.
Okay.
So let's see where your head's at.
So, Guy is going to be with me in 2 different places right now. I know I'm going to Majestic with Guy here, and I think I'm doing something with Alpha Rot, who I'm not too familiar with, but nothing set in stone there yet. Shout out to him. I know his stuff's good. Haven't seen too much of it, but he seems to be known around here. I trust Oscar as far as that. I'm looking forward to that. If he wants me to be one of the top guys, goddamn, I'll take that spot. I'm proud someone thinks of me like that. I know here at Empire, it might be Vega. that's coming up for me, and I'm really, really excited for that because he's over. Not to put it over lightly, but like he's pretty over with the Empire crowd, and the never give up Samoa Joe type gimmick that he's doing, and him being native, I think it's gonna be really, really good for both of us as far as like defining who really is a bad guy and really who is a good guy. I think this is going to be my chance to tell everybody who the top heel in Oklahoma City is.
Fucking right.
Is it your dream guy to work with?
It wasn't the first
dream.
like when I think of dream people, it's like who do I think I would put on a banger match with, but I should be telling in my head who do I think I could do long term with. If I was just like given a banger match, I'd be like, hey, give me Luke Langley, pretty please. Like that's one of the top guys I think. But if we're talking locally and realistically, I already told a story with Drake, so I got that off my list. Striker.
You're checking them off then, checking off the bucket list.
God, I really, really want Mitch.
Oh, okay.
Badly. I want to fight Mitch. I love Mitch to death, and I know this is a performance, but
you have got to.
I have. It was a hardcore match. It was a one-off, but I would like to do this for a little bit.
That's the only one.
That's cool.
That's really the only one.
On my target that I want to work consistently.
No. I mean, that's the only match I've had. You and Mitch is just.
We were in a fatal 4-way a month ago at UWO.
Okay, I was gonna say.
So no, just one-on-one.
Yeah, like one-on-one, like we're telling the story. I would want Mitch.
Yeah.
Cool. What about you?
I think as far as Empire goes, it's got to be Vega. I think he's the next. I mean, it's the only logical thing. He's the next big face there. I think.
Okay.
He's got a lot of potential. I think if management is smart, and so far they've been doing pretty good. I'd push Vega. I'd put him in some matches. I'd love to work with him. I mean,
everything I've done with him, I've had fun.
Yeah, I'd like to.
That's what it's about.
I'd like to see some.
He's taking a sprinkle of my stuff. I know he's watching a lot of Samoa Joe lately. He's super inspired. I mean, go for it, man. I have my inspiration too. We all see it. I love Ric Flair. Everybody sees it. I love the Miz. It's not a big deal. We got our inspirations. The Simpsons did it. Fuck you. Like, we get it. But he's taking a sprinkle of my stuff. I used to do Samoan drops. It was a move, and me and him did it in a match, and he was like, fuck, that was cool. And then like a couple matches after that, he starts doing it. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, hell yeah.
If it's so, Adrian Vega.
Yes, sir.
So I do know that you have an upcoming match. You said what?
Tigo.
Yes, Tigo.
This Saturday night. I am super excited for that. This is not the first time I've had a All-American versus ITV title match.
Champ versus champ.
This is the second time I've done it. I've held both titles at the same time. I'm the only person to do that in Empire history.
And I mean, it just makes sense.
It makes sense.
For Logan Knight,
I'm not Grand Slam yet, but god damn, it's coming.
To have the ITV title, he's a social media.
I'm big on the internet. That's
he's
what
on
I gotta
the
say.
internet. He shares everything. He's on all the shows.
You gotta get yourself over. You gotta get your show over. If nobody's watching your show, nobody's watching your shit.
Come on.
That's 100% correct.
So people don't want to watch.
That's how a lot of people end up liking me in the back scenes and like booking me and stuff, is because I help out a little bit, but promotion wise, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, Instagram every fucking day, doing something for me, doing something for Empire, doing something for someone I'm not even booked with. Like, I will share Oklahoma wrestling every fucking day.
Yeah.
I do not care. If nobody's watching Oklahoma wrestling, if nobody's watching an Oklahoma wrestling show, nobody's watching me. So
Potentially,
it's a domino fall situation.
Potentially, you can just be like planting your seed too, because they'll be like, "Dude, this dude is like shared our shit, man." You never know how shit works.
This match with Tigo, though, I'm super excited. Tigo's back in Empire, and it means a lot to have a match with him. But at the end of the day, like, I just got this title, man. It's my baby. I'm the man for this title. It's not going anywhere. I deserve it.
So no matter who loses, you get to keep the belt.
This is for my belt. Tigo gets to luckily walk away with a belt regardless. But
Yeah,
he's
we gotta work
certainly
on
not
that.
getting a second one. I can tell you that much. If it means him getting in the same record book as me, I'm going to keep it from happening.
Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Badass. Hell yeah.
So, hey, I got a question. Like, you just turned it up like 100 with Guy. Like, I want to know, is that just like natural, or is that like?
Oh yeah, like I don't ever plan that. You know, I just improv and go and.
A lot of our stuff is playing off of each other. I feel like we're good personalities in and out of wrestling for each other.
You know, as far as like how we structure our, you know, big moments in our matches or whatever, yeah, we'll definitely plan that out. Like, I don't want to screw anything up. But as far as talking goes, I don't think if you go out there playing, you'll forget something. Well, then when you do that,
hit your base points. Know who you irritate the most. You see someone getting out of their chair yelling at you, focus on him for the rest of the fucking night.
I like that. It's your target.
When I'm in, I don't know. When I go through the curtain, I'm Guy. I don't think, I just Guy.
Yeah.
You know, I just talk. Like if you.
That's a lot of why I wanted to change my name too. Not only was it just for wanting to be myself, but it was like I felt like I took something back. I know I'm not I grew up not as confident or putting off this energy that I have been lately, but it's real. I'm trying to get to it. I put it off at good times and sometimes I die down, but that is 100% me. I want the things I talk about. I am the things I talk about. And I'm trying to get that through my head because I deserve that kind of confidence in life. Yeah. I want to snatch everything that I have lined up for me. I don't want to take the slow route. I don't want to wait. I want to go out there and I want to grab.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. If you feel that way, you should fucking awesome. Do that.
I think the audience can tell if you're reading a script or memorizing something or being cliche.
It's different if you feel it.
If you just go out there, it doesn't matter if you're being heartfelt or talking shit. Yeah. That's why ECW is great. People just go on there, talk shit.
I hit up promoters.
Talk with your heart, you know. Either way.
Yeah.
I hit up promoters all the time. It's kind of like a job interview. It's hard to. They always ask you what's your thing, what's your character, and it's like that question should be so easily answerable. But when they ask you that, you're like, "What the fuck am I?" You shouldn't feel that. You should instantly pop off.
It starts to get deep.
This is exactly who I am. And recently, I won't pop off any names. I mean, it is what it is. It's the business. Yeah. You get some bookings, you don't get some bookings. But I recently got told that I couldn't work on this show because he feels as if the gimmick isn't me.
Oh.
And that's fair. You can feel like that. Maybe it isn't currently me. Maybe it's baby steps. But I told him it's someone I want to be. It's something I aim for. And if I'm playing a character, like, I want it to be something I want to be. Like, I have to feel passion to it. I have to feel devotion.
Yeah, you can feel it's a step in the right direction.
Exactly. I might not
there.
be the perfection of what I should be, but who the fuck is everyone that hits their big moments in wrestling are in their late 30s, early 40s. Like, for God bless, Finn Balor is a huge fucking star, and he didn't get signed to WWE till he was 38.
Yeah.
So no one ever figures their shit out right away. No one ever just starts wrestling and boom, perfect fucking gimmick.
Yeah,
it's a build. Everybody expects perfectness as soon as they book you. You got to tell a story. You got to book people. The crowd at Empire knows exactly who the fuck I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be any different anywhere I go. And that's the energy I'm trying to put off. The way I work at Empire is the same way I work at UWO. The same way I work these places is the same I'm going to do at NCWO next month. It's the same I'm going to do at Majestic next month. I plan on making Oklahoma mine. I want to be the top guy. Like, I want to be one of the top guys. I was considered with Sam Stackhouse last year, and I didn't think I could even tie that dude's boots. I still probably couldn't, but maybe I can get a fucking lace or two, you know?
Yeah.
I'm constantly upgrading, and if it takes me 5 years to get that full boot on his big-ass foot, sure. Not like, that's not a call out to Sam, but I'm saying, like, local legend, I want to be that.
Yeah.
See, every time Drake comes out, his music hits 2 seconds, boom, instant fucking explosion from the crowd. Anytime Drake goes over, a whole crowd, Drake goes over. Or they make jokes about it to try and make fun of him. They don't care. I want to be like that.
Yeah.
They love him, but anytime they'll give him shit. I'm giving shit a lot, but they love me at the end of the day. At the last show, everybody booed me to death. They hated me. I did a maniacal laugh because I finally got my baby back. I laughed so damn hard. And they just went silent. They were like, this guy is a fucking freak. And it's good. I want y'all to think weird of me. I want y'all to be like, why is he like that? I want y'all to like have that in your mind. I want people thinking about me, you know?
Yeah.
I want to be a character that like people are like, why is he doing that? I want to be engaging, you know? And it's just like after that, people may have hated me, but I sold $120 in 8x10 that night.
Oh damn! Hell yeah!
So that's some love. And for a 80 person, 100 person crowd,
yeah,
that means every person, like half the people in that building bought an 8x10.
That's awesome, dude. And also, people get excited just to see that you're. I mean, you bring in the people. I mean, yeah, they love to hate you, which is.
I may not necessarily bring asses to seats. I invite people as much as I can, and I like everybody I know. It's on my social media all the time. I know people got lives, and some people will show up. A lot of my friends will show up, but. I think not only do we need to bring asses in seats, we need to maintain the asses that are showing up, and that's what we're also trying to do at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's hard to do, honestly. A consistency, really hard.
We've had the same crowd for
Empire Empire UWO especially have done really well with keeping and maintaining their target and their build. Crowd, and then there's new people coming in every week. And
if we had bigger venues, those places would be exploding. Everybody wants to talk about how Empire's not drawing. Yes, we fucking are.
Yeah, we've definitely outgrown ourselves.
Our last show was standing room. We definitely had over 100 people. I had to ask our sponsors that we had there for their extra chairs just to put people in seats. Mm-hmm. Like we sold, and it's like if we had a bigger venue, more people would have showed up. I guarantee it. I know Empire can draw 200. Absolutely. People love the product. It might not be perfect, but we're trying. I mean, who's ever perfect off first rip?
I know it's not me. I literally...
Wrestling isn't like, God, for God's sake, I said it earlier in a post. Wrestling, success, anything, it's not linear. There's ups and downs.
Yeah.
They're like, you're going to be down sometimes. Sometimes you're going to be on a plateau. Sometimes you're going to be up. And that's just shit you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to figure out how to get those ups. And sometimes to get ups, you got to be down.
Well, and also how to pick yourself back up when you are
exactly
down, because that's doubly hard.
You can't give up. Wrestling beats your ass, and you have to eat shit all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So hey, I got this thing I want to do. I did it with Logan here, and it's going to be some random ass questions.
I love this.
First off,
I love this part of the podcast. Yes.
Let me shout out water for
shout out water. Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, shit. So I'm asking you some random questions, and you just answer. There's, obviously no.
Okay.
Correct. How do birds actually pee?
See, I already know this is a trick question because birds aren't even real.
There you go. Yeah, birds aren't real.
Shit.
You haven't heard.
But if they were real, how would they be?
I'm not falling for that.
Birds aren't real, dude.
Have you ever been tempted to sleep inside of the fridge?
Oh God, that would be like the perfect amount of cold if I just had like a little fluffy blanket in there.
Oh my God.
I mean, I am now. Sounds cozy, and then like that Joker scene where Arthur just shuts himself in the fridge. That just popped in my head. I'm like, I get it. Let's make our world smaller.
All right, I got a super good one. What have you forgotten today?
Everything.
Almost forgot my title. Forgot my car keys.
It could be September right now. I have no fucking clue. This week has been fantastic. Fantastic host, by the way. Thanks for having us on the show.
I heard Guy was coming on the podcast, and I was like, I want to go.
Come on.
I'm glad you did too.
I grew this weed.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
That's amazing. It's fucking amazing. It's really
I'm
good.
just kidding.
God, shout out Guy for that.
Wait.
That's awesome, because I do that with my wrestling bookings. Bookers are like, hey, can we get you on so-and-so? What's your booking fee? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I'll tell you all that, but I have a manager. And he's coming with me. And they're like, okay, cool.
That's awesome.
And so when Guy gets stuff, he's like, hey, I have this kid. Cool. Like, it's like, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get each other on the same page. Like, if I could have all my friends with me all the time, I would fucking love that. That'd be a fantastic wrestling show.
For sure.
I still want to do that.
I want to do something like that. A guy mentioned something like that. Do you guys remember Joey Janela's Spring Break, like an event where he just booked a bunch of his friends and just did dumb shit, just like crazy matches? I want to do that, like Logan Knight's Summer Spotlight or something like that, and just book fucking all my friends and be like, let's put on a banger.
start copyrighting shit.
Oh yeah, no TM. Nobody steal that.
Man, every time we get together, man, I'm telling you, we come up with these business ideas.
Some free information.
Oh, you didn't even hear my YouTube idea. I'm gonna start doing like 2 to 3 minute vignettes of like just like skits of me making fun of my next opponents. The Miz used to do something like that, but God, I want to do it so bad. Like, fuck it that he's done it before, man. Like, it's just a beautiful idea, and it's a way to get people to see me. So
I dig it.
No, I like that. I do got one more question for you though.
Okay.
All right. If the silver tongue devil was a strand of weed, would it be a sativa, an indica, or a hybrid?
Indica.
Indica. Okay.
Wow, that was so fucking fast.
Oh no, he does level me out.
The fuck
Okay,
off.
wait,
Everyone pauses like so hardcore and thinks about it, or they don't know what we're talking about. Did you know that was coming?
I mean, absolutely.
You did?
I watched the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've watched every one of your episodes, and the reason why I would say indica is because indica is the only strain that my wife can smoke, and so it just reminds me of her, and so we only buy indica because I can smoke anything.
So she can smoke it, yeah.
But because my wife, she can only do indica. That's her chill out time. I'll only get indica. So.
That's cool.
Okay.
And it's just, I guess just because it's just my wife.
I like that. What's the major effect?
Yes.
It lets me slow down a little bit. If you see me at the shows and stuff, man, I am amped up and ready to go. I need to bounce between every audience member and my guy. I need to stay in tune. And then you gotta remember too.
And I'm always like bouncing off the wall with energy, so he'll come and see me and be like, okay, I need to be like that.
And here's the thing, is he's not my only guy.
Yeah, so he has to change energy levels so
like,
much.
I gotta figure out, like, there'll be some nights where I've done 5 segments, or, been like...
Thankfully, Justin's a lot like me, and he'll be hyped up too, so he doesn't have to deal with too much of a shift.
I gotta remember what I'm gonna do with this tag match. I gotta remember what I'm gonna do with this heavyweight championship match. I gotta remember what I'm gonna do with this hardcore match. I gotta remember what I'm gonna, I gotta remember to make sure when I do all these matches and shift gears and mindset, because a tag match is different than a singles match. Mm-hmm. A heavyweight championship match is different than a hardcore match. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different avenues you go down. There's different ways you do things. There's different ways you set up. There's different strategies. And then at the same time, I need to make sure that I'm connecting with each one of these crowd members at the same time. With that same energy, Like, unless it's clear that I've been getting my ass handed to me, I'm still going to make sure I make that.
Or drag yourself along.
I'm going to make sure I'm going to alright, yeah, fuck you. All right.
And thankfully, we get to bounce our heat off of each other, because if I start off the show and I piss everybody off, there you go, Rebel Hearts. And if they go and piss somebody off, there you go, Padge.
Yeah, it's just guilt by association, and that helps a lot. Like, we try to just absorb all we can and be like, all right, see you later. Don't forget this.
Yeah.
Don't forget you hate us.
Don't forget that you hate us.
That's why we start the show and end the show. We're like, hello, fucker, and goodbye, fucker. Like, we want you to hate us. And sometimes sometimes we're getting our ass beat at the end. Sometimes we're getting our ass beat in the beginning. But Entitled's Empire through and through.
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm a fan.
Strictly Entitled.
There's a lot of like really good studs in Empire, but I mean, I think we're a lot of what people like about the show.
Oh, for sure.
There's a lot of us, but I feel like even if it was just some of us,
it's a cool ass element.
Yeah, I feel like we did really good.
Yeah. So you want to plug some upcoming shit?
Tigo on Saturday. God bless. I'm going to be the All-American champion forever. July is the month for real All-Americans, and I am that indeed. I set history for Empire. I am going into Scars and Stripes with this championship if I have to lose my fingernails. So good luck, buddy. This is mine, and I am going to keep this 10 pounds of gold.
Oh, yeah.
PopCon, Oklahoma City. I'm so excited for that.
The Green Ranger.
The Green Ranger, bro.
Yeah.
God, I'm
Green
such a nerd.
Ranger and his flute will be there.
Yes, sir. There's gonna be a lot of stars there. Like, not to geek out. Like, I feel like a mark, but like, I'm so excited. I haven't been to a convention ever. So
I love conventions.
I would say ever.
It's like the collection of like the best people of the world.
Yeah.
Of just like the best energies. Just a bunch of nerds hanging out. I fucking love that shit.
And I know not a lot of people watch it.
Creativeness everywhere.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's got that same wavelength, that mind. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just cool. It's a cool.
I
it's
know a
good
lot of
stuff.
people don't watch it anymore, but there's a guy from The Walking Dead that was like a main villain for a season or two that's going to be there, and I am so excited for that.
Opie's going to be there from Sons of Anarchy?
That's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah, like a bunch of WWF legends too.
Jake the Snake,
$1 million. That is gonna be money. We need to get a picture with the man.
I gotta touch that bone.
Man, what's crazy about Jake the
put
Snake?
it on me.
Jake the Snake's my first actual memory of going somewhere live. I remember my dad taking me, and that was back when he had the whole boa constrictor and shit.
Oh,
I was
God.
little.
Dude, and you didn't forget that as a kid.
No,
you know what
no,
I'm saying?
that makes
Like,
that's when I probably fell in
Snakes
love.
are scary, man.
People are always like, he never held the WWF championship, and he always had the best promo. He didn't need the title, man. You remember that dude?
Beyond. He was beyond it.
You know what I mean? Like he didn't have to have it. Like he was. I don't know. He's on a different level, man.
God, I respect that aspect of the wrestling and business a lot too. Like I say, I want to be the top guy and I want to be known and I want everybody to know who the spotlight is. But like, there's so many greats that have never won the main, but everybody knows who they are, and that's kind of the aspect I'm trying to be on. Like Mick Foley, everybody knows who Mick Foley, Mankind, Cactus Jack, like Dude Love. Same dude. They know who that is.
Yeah.
They know exactly who that is if you're a wrestling fan. But he has a career win rate of like 34% of his matches. And that dude had a lot of goddamn matches. So he, in the history books, is a loser, but he is a winner in my eyes. He made so much money, he's a star.
He can make you remember him even if he leaves.
I'm fine with that. I just want to make memories, make it known. Like I want people to know who I am. That's what it is.
I saw something about like Kane has the most losses
Yeah,
out of everybody.
Yeah.
Like, and there's an icon.
And everybody knows who Kane is.
And he was the champion.
There's this website called Cage Match where I get a lot of my statistics from. Where
what is this?
CageMatch.net.
Man,
I can link it to you later if you need it, but it's like this weird, just like data log of every wrestler in the world, and I found out that I was like in the top 300 for most matches last year from it, so it was really cool. Like Dimitri's on Alexander.
They follow you?
Was a couple of, yeah, no.
That's fucking
I emailed
crazy.
them and told me who I was, and they found all my stuff through Burnham and Oklafan, so they just got all that data and put it in there, and so now they track me like that, and like Drake was in the top 50 for most matches in the world last year. It was insane to see those statistics. But I saw on my thing, this is going to be my 99th match with Tigo coming up.
Wow.
Like, ever. This is going to be my 99th match. And I have a win rate of 26%. But I would say I'm pretty well known around here. So I think I'm doing my job correctly. I just want to be known. I don't care if I have to put somebody over. I do it every day. I just mentioned 20,000 people that I love. Like, I'm here to support myself and bring others with me. Like,
Oh yeah.
I think that's a good.
the spotlight doesn't just shine on me; it needs to shine on everybody I love. You know?
You just want to do your part.
Yeah.
Add to it.
Yeah,
That's exactly.
like
how it should be.
I know it seems personal and selfish, but it's a little more than that. It's personal and selfish, but at the same time, I'll help anybody I care about, bring them up with me. You know.
That's
I like that.
That's dope.
So hey, before we really close it out, all right, I gotta ask you one thing.
Okay.
Great value water, dude. I'm gonna tell my girlfriend about that. See, we can no longer
Actually,
buy
I
that.
drink the exact same shit.
Where's the Fiji water?
Yeah, right.
I started with the house
Okay.
but you're insulting me.
I
Right?
only drink Voss.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you pay for name brand shit, you're a sucker. Save
Yeah,
your money.
true.
Fucking use that money
I'll drink from a tap.
to come
water.
watch us at a wrestling show.
That's right.
And like we talked about real quick. I know you guys want to get rid of us. I don't blame you.
Fine.
But you talked about we were talking about Jake the Snake. All right. And having the title. And you still remember him. He built that memory, that snake, those promos, or whatever. And I feel like that's what I've strived for when it comes to with the Entitled, and when I do things with my manager's skills and stuff like that. And I was able to do that with you. We got our asses handed to us this last pay-per-view. He won.
Yeah.
All right, we came away with some gold, but man, We lost our tag titles. We lost Tyson. We lost Mike.
Yeah.
Like, shit fucking night. But when you came in, you're like a big fan, enjoying. You know, when you still see us, that's what we want. That's what we want to strive for. It's like, it doesn't matter if we win or lose. You know that, we're special.
Yeah.
You know that we can connect with you. That we can do things that no one else can do around here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we strive for, and I appreciate that validation, and I'm glad you're a fan, and it warms my heart, and it's very cool, and very honored, like I said, to be on this podcast with you guys. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
God, it's so cool. Thanks for giving us something to fucking listen to while I'm cleaning the house with the wife and stuff.
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
I appreciate it. Smoking indica.
I mean, I the last show that when that it all unraveled or however you want to say it, but I thought that was a great show. That was one of my favorite shows. And actually, my son just had his birthday party, and I was so kind of fascinated with how everything went, and then Leo Fox, which I became like a huge fan overnight.
God, I love Leo Fox.
And that whole thing, and that's when I was just like, telling him how much I just love y'all's interaction as well. And but anyways, I was telling my family about it, and that's how you reach people. Is like that was like a crazy pivotal moment. Which, as to somebody that is new, I don't grasp that concept. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that something significant happened, but somebody that's not dedicated like he is, it's like, I just thought the match was fucking great.
And it's awesome to feel that validation, because like you felt so impacted by the show that you felt the need to tell other people about how impacted you were.
Exactly. These people that I just having them around, I was just like, man, you had to have been. You gotta come next time I go.
Yep.
You have to come. And I was like, it's not my cup of tea. I don't like this. I've never watched it. Never been into it. And I'm like, you just don't know.
The solution for that is this Saturday free show, Empire Pro.
That's right.
I am defending my title in a banger match with Tigo. I know this man's going to take me to my limit, and I can't be more proud of an opponent. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stomp that out.
Man, that dude's he's
free show, South Oklahoma City. Look up Empire Pro Wrestling on Oklahoma City. We're going to be there this Saturday, free show. The Oklahoma City Pop Culture Convention is June 24th, 25th, and 26th. The Battle Royal is whip the phone out real quick, Logan. Okay, Live Pro Wrestling free also. This is another free show, back to back. At the Pop Culture Convention, you have to pay entry for the Pop Culture Convention. It's Saturday, June 25th.
Man, name some of these names.
1 p.m. at Remington Park. Logan Knight, Battle Royale, Sam Stackhouse, Jacob Fatu, Tino Valentino. You got Franco Varga, Leo Fox. We got bangers. We got bangers on that card.
Dude, you got guys
whoever wins that Battle Royal moves on to the next day to wrestle for Interdimensional Wrestling, which is a new up-and-coming company that is pretty big. Brad Keesmo, shout out him. Those are the shows for June. Free shows. You get to see the spotlight for free.
I told you.
People have paid high money. High amounts of money.
Yeah.
But even if it was a show that costs money, you should still go invest in it.
Still go anyway. Spend money on local wrestling. It is popping right now.
And well worth it.
You got people like me. You got people like Guy Sterling.
That's right.
You got people like Drake Gallows. You got people like Derek James. You got people like Double D. Double D's a freaking
dude, he's a machine.
Stud. We got Sam Stackhouse every month, almost every weekend. We got stars like that in Oklahoma. Please watch some wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Well, if somebody wanted to find you, where would be this place?
Everywhere. I'm Logan Knight everywhere. Logan Knight Pro on Instagram. Logan Knight 26 on TikTok. I'm Logan Knight on Facebook.
Yeah, that's why I keep this kid around.
I'm Logan Knight Pro on Twitter.
I don't know about any of this shit.
I'm Logan Knight on YouTube. You can search that. I'm big on the internet. It'll pop right up for you.
Yeah, hell yeah. What about you? Where can we find you
at? Anywhere I'm at.
I
like that.
Just link me with this kid right here, man. It'll just rabbit hole. You'll find me.
Yeah.
You'll find me.
Heck yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all coming for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. That was fun. Hell yeah.
That's fun.
All right. Peace.